My name is Grant, and as someone who went through this school system not that long ago, there is no possibility I would ever send my kids here now. Parents, for a full year, your children were robbed of any meaningful educational experience because teachers' unions didn't feel like driving to work. Now, after all that time away, your kids are forced to muzzle themselves and told to live in fear of something that presents about an equal risk to them as being struck by lightning. They also want to force your child to inject something into their body to protect them from something that presents about an equal risk to them as being struck by lightning. Conditioning children to live in fear for no reason is psychological abuse. And what has the school board done about this? They've gone along with it. And then there's the false history presented in CRT that they want to teach your children. This ideology causes people to think of themselves not as individuals, but rather as members of racial groups. Teaching children to hate themselves or that the entire world is out to get them because of the color of their skin is psychological abuse and, not only that, is complete nonsense. But of course, false history such as CRT is nothing new. I was taught that some abstract inherent failing of capitalism was the cause of the Great Depression, so of course the benevolent government, with the help of the brilliant self-appointed experts, sound familiar, needed to get involved in every aspect of the economy when any economist worth their salt will tell you that those very interventions were the exact thing that transformed a depression into the Great Depression. The government saved America from free enterprise is the narrative that I was taught in school. I don't know about you, but that seems to be pretty convenient that's the narrative told in government schools. So the goal has always been to instill a certain narrative in students. This is nothing new. Critical race theory is just the latest installment in this false narrative, and if future citizens are raised to think of each other in these racially divided, collectivist, us versus them terms, then the whole notion of individual rights goes out the window, and history has shown the terrible atrocities that this kind of group-minded thinking has led to. So why does the school board allow this? Well, we all can come up here and complain to them all we want, but they really have no incentive to care about what any of us think as long as people keep sending their kids here and their bosses keep getting the money. And you and I aren't their boss. They don't answer to us. Gavin Newsom is. Think about it this way. When Walmart does something you don't like, you don't go to the board of Walmart to complain about it. You stop going to Walmart and giving them money. And Walmart either adapts or goes out of business. The same principle applies here. If what they're doing bothers you, then, if at all possible, take your kids out of here and put them through private or homeschooling. Because ultimately, who's in control of what your kid is taught? Is it you or is it the government? Thank you.